Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is the third episode about my limited watercolor palettes, which I usually take with me. In this video I will explain how I create my palettes, what's the idea behind the set of colors, and I will also show my current watercolor palette. Let's get started. So this is my sketchbook where I usually take notes. On the fall 2021, I made a sweater. I was so inspired by the color of that yarn, so I decided to make a watercolor palette around this color. At that time, I decided to find the best color I could to match the color of my sweater. And also I decided to go to the shopping center and to look around to see what other colors might suit this light, I would say pink with a purple undertone color. So which colors I bought then? I bought a Cobalt Violet. Also I bought Cobalt Violet Deep. This is Cobalt Violet Deep. And I checked some other like Lilac, and also I have another color which is currently on my palette. It's called Mother Violet. So I ordered a few colors, Cobalt Violet and Deep Cobalt Violet. You can see it right here, and I went to explore what can suit this one. And when I was in the store, I saw some inspiration, and I wrote to myself some notes. What color should it be? I call it Lingonberry Winter. And here are some examples of the colors which I think might suit this. So it should be heather, wine, forest greens, lingonberry, emerald green or emerald blue, burnt sienna, like the trunks of the pine trees. Then I bought a few more greens and swatched it right here to get the idea of the palette. This is as close as I can get for the wine color. So it's Perylene Maroon, Perylene Violet. Then also I tried Quinacridone Burnt Orange instead of Burnt Sienna. Then I checked some greens. I ordered some more greens. Here's Prussian green and the deep sub green. This is phthalo green. Also I checked Perylene green, Terra green, Cascade green, and added Indigo. So later I will show you what it turns out. I took the notes of those ideas, and then I started mixing colors together to see which mixes I can get and what will work better for my palette. I can show you what finally I got. Gamboge Yellow by Van Gogh, Quinacridone Burnt Orange by Da Vinci, Perylene Maroon, also Da Vinci, Cobalt Violet Deep, Da Vinci, Winsor Violet by Winsor&Newton, Indigo by Da Vinci, Perylene Green by Daniel Smith, and Phthalo Green by Rembrandt. So this is the set of colors which I put together in the palette. So it was the box like this. I don't have it anymore because I gave it to my friend, but I used this set of colors in this sketchbook. So here's the example of the sketch which I made using these colors. So here's this swatch. This is also the same palette, and this one, yeah, I think most of these sketches. Here, this one is also made out of this palette. And a few more. So what can I say about this set of colors? First of all, Cobalt violet is not the best color I had, so I think I don't like it, because when it dries on the pen, it's difficult to rewet and difficult to get a rich color. So I decided to change it. And also I found that phthalo green is very bright, and when you add just a little bit of this color into the mixture, it changes everything into green. So also it's, for me personally, it's difficult to use. So these two colors. And also Winsor violet or any other bright violet like this, it's too bright. So I never used it as it is. I always use it in the mixture. So what did I do next? Also here I added some other notes. I call this palette mustard and chocolate. Maybe sometime consider it as a separate palette as well. So sometimes I take this kind of notes. Yeah. Now let's talk about my current watercolor set. So this is the box from different watercolor set. Here I had graphitint set, which I found not very useful, but I really loved the box. You can see I can fit lots of full pens in it. And first I created a palette like this. I'm not sure if I have another swatch of this color, or maybe I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's the different. This is the first edition of the colors which I added to this box. I created it out of this limited set. I removed Cobalt Violet Deep, and I also removed Phthalo Green. I added, instead of Phthalo Green, I added Olive Green. And what did I change? And Cobalt Violet Deep I changed into Joyce Mother Violet, and also added pink color, Rhodonite Genuine by Daniel Smith. And here I added some colors from the box which I showed in my previous video, from the dark shades. So I kind of mixed these dark shade colors and this set of colors. I created the one whole box with both sets. I also changed yellow, gumbush yellow into yellow ochre, because I found it more useful, and raw sienna. These two yellows I use the most. Also quinacridone orange I changed into burnt sienna. Added terracotta by Da Vinci. So these colors look similar, but terracotta is actually more opaque, and I like to mix it with dark blue. I changed green, as I mentioned, into olive green. I added cobalt blue. I didn't have it in this set, I only had indigo, but I added cobalt blue. Instead of indigo, I put Mayan Dark Blue by Daniel Smith, the one which I have in this box, and Prussian Blue from this box. Then I added sepia and transparent brown oxide by Daniel Smith, also to add some different brown shades. That was the first edition in this box. Then I decided to get rid of some half pens and change it into the full pens. Only left 2 half pens right here. So let's see, it was already November 2022. And what do I have now? Naples Yellow Red. It's Van Gogh color. I still have it. Then I added yellow again. Now it's Turner's Yellow by Winsor&Newton. Raw sienna. deep scarlet, so I added warm red. This is pigmented genuine. I showed it in the previous video. Pigmented genuine. So this color. Then this one is yellow ochre light, burnt sienna deep. And then I added Moonglow, keep Joyce Mother Violet, Steel Olive Green, and Cobalt Blue. I added Lunar Blue. Again, I change Mayan Dark Blue into Indigo, and keep my Perylene Green. Also here I keep the small tube of lavender, which I actually never use. I don't know, it just fits well in this spot. Yeah, the idea was to use it on the sky, but actually I never opened it. And in addition, I made another palette. This was the small palette. I bought two new colors. It's a California brand Da Vinci, Gold Ochre, and Denise's Green. This one. When I just bought it, I tried these two colors, and I decided that I want limited palette with these two colors. And I made this set of colors: Gold Ochre, again quinacridone burnt orange, because I think it matches better with the gold ochre since it's more vivid and bright. Sepia, Perylene Green, still my favorite green, Denise Green, Cobalt Blue, Cobalt Turquoise, here by Nevskaya Palitra, the White Knights. And I added the leftovers of Permanent Magenta. I used to have this color, but not anymore. And here you can see the list of the swatches. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, so that was the additional palette, also in this small box. But again, I don't have it anymore. I reorganized it a few months later. In this sketchbook, I also have a set of opaque colors. It was inspired by Denise Soden. Maybe you know her. She has her own channel on YouTube. So it was inspired by her color palette. I just changed a little bit, but most of it I took from her palette. She introduced her palette with California brand Da Vinci, and I checked it online. I realized that I have most of the colors which they put in the palette, and I decided that I will just use the box and will set these colors together, and added some other colors. Okay. And for example, this sketch is made completely using that set. In every sketchbook I have some pages with the mixtures. Whenever I buy a new color, I like to mix it with different colors which I have, to see which ones works better together. So, and at this time I bought Turner's Yellow, so I mixed it with Cobalt Blue, Ultramarine Blue, Lunar Blue, Indigo, Moonglow, Mother Violet, and Davis Gray. So here you can see those mixtures. And let's get back to this palette again. What happens next? We decided to go on vacation to Seattle area with my daughter to visit our friends, and I wanted to take just a limited box of watercolors and one sketchbook. And first I created one set of colors. Again, I don't have it anymore because I already reorganized it, but here you can see this list. So I added peach color, terracotta, forest gray, forest brown, forest blue, cobalt turquoise, and Mars violet. At that time I already bought some super granulating colors by Schmincke. These three colors Forest Grey, Forest Brown and Forest Blue by Schmincke I like the most. So I decided to include that in my limited color palette. Also because I knew that we are going to Seattle area and it's evergreen state. It has lots of trees which is impossible to avoid on the sketches. So I decided to take as many greens as possible. Also there is the ocean, so I took some blues. And why did I choose peach? I think because of the sunsets which I was planning to sketch. Right before we set off, I decided that it won't be enough, so I need more colors, and I extended my palette and reused the box, this box again. So I added some colors. Here you can see what I finally got. So this is again this lavender which I never used. So it's still not the same palette which I currently have. Here it is, the list of colors. These colors I showed on one of my previous videos about the Etcher sketchbook. Actually, the whole sketchbook I painted with only this set of colors. That's why I included it on the first page. So you can watch this video. I will put the link somewhere here. So let's see, what do we have here? I chose Naples Yellow Deep by Da Vinci. And then I added Red Mother Lake. Here I have Lilac by Holbein. It's one of my favorite colors right now. Here we have Forest Brown. It's called Forest Brown, Forest Blue and Forest Gray. And these are the colors by Schmincke, super granulating colors. This is Naples Yellow Red by Van Gogh, Raw Sienna by Da Vinci, Burnt Sienna Deep. This one also one of my favorite greens. It's Chromium Oxide Green by Da Vinci. Again, Perylene Green. This is Indigo, Cobalt Blue. It's my favorite blue. This is Mother Violet, Piemonte Genuine by Daniel Smith, and Moonglow by Daniel Smith. Also, I had again lavender, which I never used. And you can watch the video how I used those colors to see that it's very nice watercolor palette. If you want to create something like this, feel free to use this set of colors. And then after the summer, I decided that I again want some changes. What I wanted to change? Well, when I started sketching in the smaller sketchbook than this one, I found that these two colors are very similar when you sketch the small details. Even on the big format you can see that this is granulating color, this is more opaque, but actually on the small sketchbook you cannot see the difference. So I decided to get rid of the Chromium Oxide Green. Also I decided to change this one, Piemonte Genuine, because on the smaller format it's difficult to see the granulation. So again I decided to get rid of this color as well. What else? Also I changed Burnt Sienna Deep into Terracotta. I used to have a small pen with the lilac. I decided to make it full size. I decided to make Forest Brown bigger and Forest Gray bigger. And I added two more. I added two colors from this palette, this color and this dark brown. Now I can make a swatch of these colors to show you what I actually have in this palette. And the first color is still Naples Yellow. Naples Yellow. I think it's Naples Yellow Deep. I also have just Naples Yellow. It's a little bit brighter. I probably will change it when I run out of this one. Next one is Terracotta by Da Vinci. It's very nice opaque orange color. It mixes well with the purple, with the blue. Here's the alizarin crimson. Probably no, it's not alizarin crimson, it's Mother Lake by Nevskaya Palitra. This one is one of my favorite by super granulating Schmincke watercolors. It's this one, Forest Brown. And this is Forest Blue. I was choosing between Forest Blue and Lunar Blue. Lunar Blue is a little bit, so it's more bluish, but if you mix this one with the Cobalt Blue, you will get similar to Lunar Blue. That's why I decided that this one with the green shade is more useful for me. Okay, then in the second row I have, this one is Naples Yellow Red by Van Gogh. So it's this peachy color. And then raw Sienna. And here is my favorite color right now. It's Lilac by Holbein. I like to mix it with reds, with terracotta. It gives very nice color. I like to mix it with green. It gives a nice gray color. Okay, now it's Dune. Also it's opaque, it has white inside, so I really like it. And this is dark brown. So you see, when I use this big watercolor, it's a little bit challenging to get the color from the small pen. So that's why I prefer the full-size pen. So it's that brown. It's very rich and opaque. And this is Perylene green. Now indigo. Cobalt blue, my favorite blue. I prefer cobalt blue, especially by Da Vinci. It's very nice and beautiful color. I don't like much ultramarine blue because it's I don't always like the granulation on the sky, and this one has less granulation, even though it feels that for some brands cobalt blue is more granulating color. But for this one I like cobalt blue more. This is Joyce Mother Violet. It's nice purple color with a pink undertone, and I like it to mix with orange as well. It gives a very sweet, warm brown. So when I draw pastry or chocolate, I can mix these colors together, you see. And two more colors. This is Moonglow. I use it to darken most of my colors or to mix it with terracotta as well. And the last one is super granulating. It's forest gray. Also very nice color. I like to use it as a background because it's very neutral, and if I mix a little bit of violet in it, it becomes even more neutral. Or this one. So yeah, this is my current palette. Let me know if you like it. I will write the list of colors in the description below, so you can use it if you want to make your own palette with these colors. And of course, if I would need to modify it and get rid of some colors, probably I would choose between these two, even though they are both very useful for me, but I can get rid of this color, because if I mix a little bit lilac to terracotta, it will give me almost the same color. I can show you the example. Since I live in California and we have green all year round, I cannot avoid having green color in my limited palette, because it's impossible to mix every time green if you need to put it everywhere. So I decided that I would include some interesting colors into my palette. So I will always have it with me. And here you can see how I painted these trunks. I used lilac, I used raw sienna, I used a little bit of terracotta, and I darkened it with cobalt blue. And I think even I used a little bit of Moonglow on the very dark spots. And of course, both super granulating greens were also useful for me right here. Yeah, this is also an example how I use this color palette. This is that Mother Violet, Joyce Mother Violet, and two greens. Still the same color. Here I mixed lilac with, I don't remember with what lilac. Probably I added some red. I don't remember. Okay, that's it for now. Now you know what I'm currently using when I go to sketch outside. I hope you found it useful, and see you again soon. Bye.